Welcome to the Skip and Shannon Undisputed podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. You can catch us Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific on FS1. Here's what this podcast is all about. It's an unscripted, unfiltered, undisputed version of the day's show, and there is a lot to get into in today's podcast. Skip and Shannon, let's debate. LeBron and Draymond went at each other yesterday, so let's talk about that. Draymond Green wore a Quickie shirt to the Warriors parade yesterday with the Q logo from Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. Let's take a listen to Draymond's explanation of the shirt.
Well, the Q, that's what those guys' arena's called. We got him out here quick with the trophy, Quickie. I can't forget the Ultimate Warrior shirt last year from LeBron and, the 3-1 tombstone cookies and all of that. So, I was waiting on this moment, but definitely my guy. That's family.
You're going to be petty in this moment?
I'm petty.
LeBron then went to Instagram and posted a pic of Draymond in the Quickie shirt with the caption, "That's what she said, huh?" Draymond responded with a picture of LeBron's new shaved head with the caption, "Them dubs finally made him go bald. Congrats, bro." Shannon, how did you like LeBron's response to Draymond? A lot of pettiness going on here.
Ultimate. I love pettiness. After working with somebody for almost a year, Queen Petty over here. Oh, you King Petty? I'm a little bit petty. I love it, Skip. I love it. I love the back and forth. I love it because Draymond started this when they won the championship in 2015. Did the Cavs win? No. Did the Dubs win? Yep. And then LeBron followed.
Did we run this league? Yeah.
Yeah. And LeBron followed it up with his Ultimate Warrior T-shirt.
Yeah.
And then he had the Kermit the Frog sipping tea on the hat and the cookies. And so I get it. And then Draymond comes back with the Quickie T-shirt. But the Quickie T-shirt should have been given from LeBron, should have given it to Draymond, Skip, because the Quickie was how soon he called KD after that 2016 beatdown. That was the Quickie. The man didn't even take a shower. He on his phone. Couldn't even do an interview. He calling KD. KD, man, this boogeyman, we ain't got nothing for him. Will you please come join us to help us beat him? That's so sad, Skip, baby. But I love this. I love pettiness. I love the back and forth. It's all in good nature. I got the trophy, so guess what? LeBron, I'm going to give it to you the whole summer and part of the season, and we're going to do this thing all over again. But you already know, Skip, the man that laughs last laughs loudest. LeBron in 2018, Cavs will be holding that trophy, and LeBron, again, will bake a cake.
Are you finished? My takeaway from all that I've read and heard over the last 24 hours between these two, this is the lamest bunch of trash talk I have ever heard. I'm ashamed for both of them at this point because this is like Urkel trash talk.
Oh, my God, stop
Urkel.
it.
It's two Urkels going back and forth. This is... You know what? It's not even a social media beef. I love beefs, but this is like two vegetarians going back and forth on Twitter.
Joker here.
This is lovey-dovey, nicey, you're my brother kind of trash talk between two guys who now clearly love each other.
You don't know anything about trash talk.
Do I know? I can beat you, and you're the greatest trash talker in the history of the National Football League. Who's put you in your place a few times on this show? So here's the point. Where have we gone as a league? What's happened to the new NBA? Because I thought we were going back to the old NBA, the Celtics-Lakers NBA, and ESPN's running their documentary right now. It's terrific. But the point is, this man, Draymond Green, stood up to LeBron James during Game 4 of last year's finals, and he called him a B to his face. And I'm thinking, boom, here we go. This is what I love because that's true edge. That's true bitterness. That's a true rivalry statement from one player to another because he called him the worst thing you could call another man to his face. It became a turning point in the series because it helped get Draymond suspended for Game 5, and then we know what happened. But since then, LeBron has retaliated with 3-1 tombstone cookies at a Halloween party. Are you kidding me? 3-1 tombstones? And then LeBron at the parade wore Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate.
Oh, I bet that really hurt the Warriors.
I bet
it really stung them deep.
And what about Kermit?
Yeah. Oh, that's just profound. You know, that's like game over kind of trash talk.
Let me ask you this.
You know, shots fired.
Let me ask you this.
Right?
You say Draymond,
Cookies.
You said Draymond was so tough.
Yeah.
He called LeBron the B word to his face. So while he's in the locker room still sweating, still crying after that beat down, and he called KD. So what is that?
I agree with you. It's a B move. That's what it was. I agree. I lost respect. And then the ultimate loss of respect that I had for Draymond Green is I read during the finals that he has surrounded himself with a new, what he calls Team Draymond, and he is recruited onto his side, onto his Team Draymond, as a chief advisor, the CEO of LeBron Inc., the great Maverick Carter. Yeah. Really? He's on Team Draymond? Well, what are you doing, Draymond? You sold out to LeBron. Now you're his bro, literally. You know, you're like friendly enemies. Really, come on, you wouldn't have done that. Ravens, Titans, or Broncos, Raiders, Broncos, Chiefs. Are you kidding me?
Skip, I look at it like this. Okay, I don't I don't really like. You didn't like a whole lot of the Raiders or the Steelers when I played for the Ravens. But if they got an agent and he's doing a good job, I might go over there and, hey, bro, help your boy out right quick. I ain't got to be friends with him.
Yeah, but look at LeBron's response last night. It was on Twitter or Instagram. I don't know which one. But when I at first glance, it looked like to my eye, wait a minute, did LeBron call Draymond she? Because that's how it came across. And then I thought, oh, no. He just reached for a lame old cliche joke to respond to him. Ooh, got him. Good. Way to go, LeBron.
Oh, stop. First of all, listen here. I'm the godfather. Look here. Ali started it. Ali did it.
He did.
I perfected it. But you are not the trash-talking king. You let me handle this. And I thought it was...
Do you like this, trash-talking king?
I like the pettiness of it.
Petty?
Yeah, Skip, it's hard to fire shots when you're not in the actual competition.
But this is friendly fire. They're bros now.
I mean, sometimes bad things happen in friendly fire. People get injured sometimes.
Oh, come on.
I mean, but Skip, this is... Oh, you think this is over? You think this is a one-off? This is it? Nothing else is going to happen moving forward? Do you actually think Draymond can stop? No. And LeBron, you see LeBron got his hair cut. LeBron got that thing low. Oh, that thing low. He's going to be streamlined even more. I'm thinking I think he might average a triple dub next year. Got his hair cut, got the beard going real good. KD tried to grow a beard like Bron.
Yeah, but see, that's the kind of kidding that's like inside team kidding. It's like they're in the same locker room together. Oh, I got you so good that it made you go bald. Well, that's what you'd say to somebody in the locker room.
He ain't going bald. He cut it off, Skip. You had a head full of hair. Had a head full of lock. Now, he ain't had that Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham had that curl. Odell was talking. That curl was just dangling.
Now, let's not get the conversation off LeBron to Odell. I don't think they belong in the same hair conversation.
Yeah.
Look, Deion Sanders had a curl, too. Look at it now. You all that curl juice in there, you go bald.
Well, even LeBron has acknowledged publicly he's on his way to probably not having a whole lot of hair.
I mean, he halfway home. He ain't all the way home, Skip. Okay. He got a ways to go. Why you got beef with LeBron? The man started it.
I got beef with both of them because they don't really have any beef between them anymore.
Yeah, they do.
Because listen, 2 years ago at that parade, that was some beef going down.
Let me ask you a question.
That had some edge to it when he was doing the yep, nope, because that was said with some some animosity. You could just hear it in his voice. He did not like the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now he's got love for them.
Well, let me ask you a question, Skip. How are we supposed to be cool when you called me a B? How we get to be cool after that?
I didn't call you a B.
No, I'm just saying Draymond. How we going to be cool?
Well, they got cool, and it's the old keep your friends close and enemies closer. LeBron just sort of pulled him into the right.
LeBron ain't pulled nobody in.
Yeah,
everybody want to be on the LeBron train because they see how he doing this thing.
Okay, I think you're right.
Yeah,
now he's into the fold. He's on Team LeBron as Draymond.
But that's what LeBron do. LeBron he gives people opportunities. The Rich Pauls and the Maverick Carters and the guys he grew up with. I want y'all to go to school, and when you come back, we gonna take this thing over. We gonna be the new entity. And Draymond's like, well, you know what? I might dislike him, but I like what he's doing. I need to get I ain't gonna dislike Bron. I'm gonna get like Bron.
Could you have done that with an Oakland Raider in your heyday? No.
I'd have punched one of them in the throat.
Thank you.
And the Steelers too.
But you're co-signing all this?
I mean, it took me and Woody, because Woody was Raven, with the Steelers. But by this time, all the Steelers stuff had gone out of him. But we would see. Yes. Okay. Ray and Woody and I, we would see Steelers in the offseason. What we speaking to them for?
Thank you.
What we talking about?
All right, you're making my point.
Yeah, if something bad happened, your car better not break down. You better call AAA.
So what happened to today's NBA? What happened to the superstars?
First of all, Skip, they not hard like that. Now, Oakley.
You know what? There's one hard player left.
Who's that?
Russell Westbrook.
Oh, man, stop.
Westbrook.
Look, the hard players, the Oakleys and the Xavier McDaniels and the Anthony Masons and the Davis boys, those are Steven Jackson stacks. Those days are over with, Skip. You can't, like, we watching that 30 for 30. Skip, you can't play basketball like the Celtics and the Lakers played, Skip. Do you know how long?
You'd pay for it, but you could also send some messages.
Skip, do you know how long Adam Silver would sit somebody down if you snatched somebody out the sky like they did, or James Worthy pushed the guy 3 rows up under the basket, Skip? Do you know how
Maybe it'd be worth a game.
No.
Missing a game, or on game 1, if you needed to throw somebody in the 3rd row.
You gonna miss a game, probably 100
Well,
games.
maybe. Yeah. Okay, so here's where LeBron completely lost me. At the end of this year's finals, game 5,
Yes.
Oakland,
Yeah.
as I watched LeBron walk off the floor, he had just lost in 5 games to his quote-unquote arch rivals.
Yes.
And I immediately tweeted that LeBron looked happy to me. Maybe he was just relieved it was over. Maybe he just really didn't believe that his team had a prayer against that super team. But if this is an arch rivalry, Larry Bird or Magic Johnson, again, you can argue that it's more evenly matched, but they don't walk off the floor looking serene, looking content, looking like they're in a comfort zone. LeBron looked happy to me. Now, he'd averaged a triple-double for the first time in the finals.
Say it again, Skip.
Okay, but that's what's called an individual achievement. It has absolutely nothing to do with who won the series, because the arch rivals won it in 5 games. That should shame you. That should anger you to your core. You should not even be able to speak to the media for the next half hour.
Well, first of all, if you win 73 games, you got the 2-time MVP, and you need to go get the second best player in the NBA because you scared of the boogeyman, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that, Skip. But here's the thing. As a professional athlete, if I put all the time that I possibly can, we know how LeBron trains. We know how he takes care of his body. We know how he eats. We know how hard he plays. At the end of the day, if I give you everything I got and I've got nothing else to give, Skip, I'm going to hold my head high. I'm not finna hold my...
Are you really?
Yes!
I'm not. You lost, and you lost badly.
You come here every day after losing. After I bust you up every day on national television, you come back out here and put a brave face on.
You don't bust me up. I just bust out laughing at the notion that you think you bust me up.
But you know what,
You're
Skip?
delusional, but it's okay. I still love you.
And the only reason I let you think you win, Ernestine said, well, Shannon, you know, Skip is getting
she
kind of
doesn't
down.
say
And she's
any
like,
of
can you...
that.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Yeah, she knows. And Hazel, every night, Hazel tells me, I barked the whole show. I barked at Shannon because you had him on the run.
But I'm going home. I'm getting them boys. I got them three ghetto boys coming, and hey, Hazel, you in heap of trouble.
She's the fiercest Maltese this side of Malta. She's only 8 months old, and she is a killer.
Oh no, big Tars, and then when they come to town, when them dirty boys drop, hey.
Are you talking about your little Pomeranian?
Yeah, the 2 Pomeranians and the bull. Oh, Tarzan.
Yeah, the bull mastiff.
I'll give you. Is serious.
Oh, the Tarzan. Yeah.
But be specific. The other 2 dogs you're talking about are.
Oh, Tarzan's a boss.
They're adorable.
You know, are they brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The 2 brothers would have no shot against Hazel 2-on-1.
I promise you, Skip.
Hey,
I promise you.
Hey,
boy, them dirty boys.
Just to be very clear, we are not condoning any dog fighting. We are only joking.
But Skip, I like this. I like the pettiness of this. And this, Skip, this is where we are now. If you notice, even in football, guys, even if you're not talking to them, everybody will chime in. I like this because it's these 2 teams, and we're going to discuss this later about the Warriors and rivalries in team sports. I like this because clearly the mouthpiece of the Warriors is Draymond. And LeBron, you don't think that the best player, the most valuable player would speak this much. You know, obviously, you know, John was and TD were bigger. But I was the mouth. Let me handle this.
You did.
Let me handle
I agree.
this. I don't want anybody to say anything. I got this.
You got this.
And LeBron said, hey, I don't want anybody to say anything. I got this. And
he really got Draymond good.
2018,
Shots
we'll
fired.
get him again. Guess what? When we at that parade in 2018,
you know what I've learned about these Golden State Warriors?
What?
I used to think that Draymond was the guts and the glue of the Warriors. I thought that last year, which is why when he missed Game 5, I thought this thing's going to flip on its head.
Oh, it's Steph?
And it did. It's not Steph. And I told you when he openly embraced Kevin Durant to come into their fold, I thought, really? You just won back-to-back MVPs and you love this?
Yeah.
Because as a competitor, you know, the Michael Jordans of the world, there's only one of those guys, Magic, Bird, they wouldn't have loved that. They're not going to welcome in another MVP because I need this much help.
But Skip, they couldn't put another MVP in their prime. Guys didn't move. You didn't have free agency guys moving like they do now, Skip.
Okay, so guess what just happened?
What?
You know who the guts and the glue of the Warriors became? Do you know who the closer became?
Kevin
Do you know whose team it became?
It's Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
I never.
He petty too.
Petty?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He
backed up his pettiness.
Oh, I ain't got no problem.
He can be as petty as he wants to.
Oh, I ain't got no problem with the dude. The dude got mad skill. He has no weakness fundamentally in his game.
And he showed some serious intangibles on the biggest stage in the sport. He took games over that LeBron should have taken over.
He did,
such as Game 3.
There was not a big shot that needed to be taken that he took that he didn't make. Every big shot that he took, he made it, Skip. You look at the Game 5 coming down the stretch, every time they tried to get close, he would stamp out anything.
I agree. So, again, Draymond was correct if, in fact, he went into the parking lot and called up Kevin Durant.
He did.
Okay?
He said it.
That was the right move for the wrong reason, because if I'm Draymond, I think I don't need that guy. If I'm Steph, I really don't need that guy. We're good enough. We already had him down 3-1. Just go compete with him again. Wouldn't you like to have seen it on sort of level playing field?
Skip. Here's the two things. When you're having a bad dream, you can either have somebody come into that dream to take care of the boogeyman, or you can have somebody shake and wake you up. Now, whichever choice you choose is up to you. He chose to stay in that dream, but have somebody that could beat the boogeyman, and that's what he did. You know that, I know that. But don't worry about it. We got something brewing on the back burner. It's simmering right now. Coming to a slow boil real quick.
You know, I'll bet Draymond is sweating LeBron's next Halloween party, because God knows what LeBron's got in store for him. Cupcakes or what? What's next?
Nah, cake. 7-layer.
7-layer. Ooh, that's scary.
You know we love. You love cake, Joy.
I do love cake.
Cupcakes.
So?
But that's okay.
Everybody loves cake.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I don't like cake.
Do.
I don't like cake.
I know you love cookies.
I like German chocolate.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah. LeBron is always passive aggressive. Yeah. That's always his move.
No,
like
he aggressive. Ain't no passive about it.
Or the cookies. I'm sorry, cookies is passive aggressive.
Well, look, I thought you said everybody liked cookies.
We do.
Okay,
I'm not saying I wouldn't eat them.
He has
I'm just
kids.
saying putting 3-1 on a cookie is passive aggressive.
He got kids.
It's surprising coming from Draymond.
It is.
It doesn't surprise me from LeBron. It surprises me from Draymond.
No, I got it.
And they're hanging out. They're hanging out in the barber shop.
The barber shop. He's in the video.
What about LeBron Jr.? What about Bryce? What about Z?
Oh,
they like cookies.
Yeah.
I mean, they're for the kids.
That was their idea.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Some people put out candy. Some people put out cookies.
You know, that convinced me. LeBron is a tough guy, man.
Oh, Skip.
He's going for the cookies.
You know what?
Killer.
I'm gonna go train with LeBron in my off time. When he come back, anybody say anything to him, I want you to punch him in the throat, Bron. Punch him in the throat, Bron.
I do like the pettiness of all of it.
Yeah.
Very petty.
Skip petty too. He know it too.
Yeah.
Oh, you not petty?
All I know is LeBron. This is the closest to Urkel I've ever seen.
Stop, Skip.
You know it, and I know
No,
it.
I don't know anything. The man got a nice haircut, trimmed his beard. Ooh,
I do think the haircut looks nice.
I mean, he gonna be coming that thing looking like Rick Ross, the bald head.
No mercy. Let's talk some Conor Floyd. It's finally official that Mayweather and McGregor will fight on August 26th in Vegas. Odds makers have tabbed McGregor as the 7-1 underdog in the highly anticipated boxing match. Skip, who is under the most pressure in this fight, Floyd or Conor?
Oh, this is a joke. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, this.
100% of the pressure is on Floyd Mayweather Jr. He has everything to lose and literally nothing to gain in this fight, because he is the prohibitive, monumental runaway favorite. And most people I've heard from, including the one across the table, basically think this fight's a joke. It's a mismatch. It's an embarrassment for the sport of boxing, right? So Floyd will be expected to toy with Conor McGregor for all 12 rounds.
Which he will.
To basically box rings around him, to teach him a boxing lesson, make him look silly and foolish, to embarrass and humiliate him on a very international stage. Am I right, Shannon Sharpe?
Absolutely.
If Floyd so much as takes a single clean shot in the face, that will be an embarrassment. It'll be terrible.
No.
People will be saying, What happened, Floyd? Did your mind wander? Did you lose focus for a second?
No.
Did you get bored?
No, Skip, stop.
Right?
Stop.
Wait, I'm not finished yet. The great thing for Conor McGregor is he cannot lose in this fight because everybody thinks he will lose it badly. So in the end, did Floyd get everything he wanted? He even got 10-ounce gloves. Do people understand? Those are powder puff gloves. It's like strapping pillows on your fists, which will protect Floyd's bad hands, his arthritic hands, because we know he's getting up there in age at 40 and a half, and his face will get protected from the thunder and lightning that he's going to see coming from Conor McGregor,
Well, I mean,
right?
if he's the power puncher that you said he is, he should be able to punch through
the
that.
The venue is home cooking for Floyd Mayweather. Am I right? It's his hometown. It's Vegas where he lives. So the judges will be boxing judges who clearly will want to protect the sport of boxing, or what's left of it. I used to love it, but it's pretty much going away, Shannon. So they want to cling to what's left of boxing. So if it goes to decision, good luck. Conor McGregor will be out because it's all but rigged for Floyd.
Stop.
You know
Skip,
it is.
stop.
You know it is.
No.
So in the end, everything. It's a world of pressure on the little slender shoulders of one 40-and-a-half-year-old Conor McGregor Sr. Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Yeah. First of all, pressure is what you feel when you're unprepared or you don't know what the hell you're doing. You trying to tell me a man that's been boxing all his life doesn't know what it's like to taste defeat as a professional will feel pressure? Absolutely not. You trying to tell me a man that trains and is dedicated as he is to his craft, as Floyd, doesn't know what the hell he's doing? He's going to feel pressured by Conor McGregor? You saw him sparring up there like alert.
What do you do? That was a pose picture.
No, it wasn't no posing.
It was too.
There's one on the internet with him boxing. You saw the boxer that said, if I could touch him, Floyd Mayweather's going to touch him anytime he wants, anywhere he wants. But see, I see what you're doing, Skip Bayless. You're trying to hedge here a little bit. What you're trying to say, if Conor just gets one punch solidly on Floyd, it's going to be an embarrassment. No.
Yeah, well,
you're in a fight. You're in a fight. So sometimes you might get scratched, you might get kicked, you might get bitten. But at the end of the day, whose hand's getting raised? That's all I care about.
Are you telling me that this guy will actually land a single punch?
I don't care. Not enough. He won't land enough.
What do you call him, Frankenstein?
Yeah.
How can Frankenstein land one punch?
Here's the thing, Skip. The pressure's on Conor McGregor. He's the one that sought this fight. He's the one that begged Dana White to give him the fight. And to make matters worse, Dana White is going on every late-night talk show and talk about how small he is. He's the size of a mini refrigerator.
Floyd.
Floyd is, he's the size of a mini refrigerator.
Well, remember,
you know?
Dana used to sort of work for Floyd. He came up with Floyd, right?
And then you know what, Skip? Mini refrigerator. If somebody drop it on your head, it hurts, doesn't it? It don't need to be one of them old refrigerators or one of them a Viking, the Sub-Zero's, one of them old big ones. A little mini refrigerator, one you have in the dorm room or you got in the basement, little frosty beverages. I keep a couple of beverages on ice down there, Joy. But anyway.
Frescas. Yeah.
I have a couple of beverages. I keep a couple of beverages. I don't need to tell you what it is, Skip. But when Floyd dropped that little mini refrigerator on Conor's head, because here's the thing, Skip. He wanted this fight. They made the fight happen. Now, you hear talking now that Stipe Miocic wants to fight Joshua, who just knocked out Klitschko. Now, if this is a terrible showing from Skip, the baddest man in the world, got his butt handed to him by a 41-year-old powder puff punching, washed up fighter that done, what? Who else going to, now, all the guys that could potentially want to have a big payday in a showdown in a different combat sport than what they actually fighting in. Who gonna pay for that, Skip?
Okay, but you already told me this is a mismatch,
right?
It is. It's an embarrassment.
It is.
Correct?
Yes.
So who's the pressure on if it's a mismatch?
Because, Skip, because Floyd is going to do what he's going to do. But now he's going to, Conor goes in there, you talk about how bad you wanted to fight. You're going to make $125 million. I got no problem with that. I mean, I'll take $125 million for a butt cutting, because that's what he's about to get. $125 million for 100 headaches. 100.
You know what? This is perfectly set up for Conor McGregor. He's in the catbird seat here. because Floyd, for the first time in his life, over the next 9 weeks preparing for this, is going to realize he got himself into something that he can't get out of.
Why would I want to?
The point is, this is the wildest card he ever fought because there's no real tape of Conor boxing. Now, I think boxing is a far bigger element of UFC fighting than people give it credit for.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
So now Floyd's going to be scratching his head because he's a tactician. He is brilliant in the ring. He is the best defensive fighter ever. He can duck and run like no fighter ever has in the history of this sport because that's all he does is duck and run because he knows he can't hurt anybody or sting anybody with his punches.
Why do you say Floyd has gotten himself into something that he can't get himself out of, Skip? He's a boxer. He's going to be boxing. That's like me breaking into a grocery store and starving. How could I starve in a grocery store? How can Floyd get himself into something, the boxing ring, which he's been doing brilliantly, I might add, and he got shysted out of that silver, out of gold medal in the Olympics. But I ain't going to talk about that. I'm talking about as a professional, unbeaten, untied. There have been 49 times a man has walked from one dressing room to that ring. Correct. And Floyd has followed behind him. And
so
there's been
he knows he is risking 49-0, 49-0 against some MMA fighter that nobody has any respect for.
Exactly.
Huh? You like that?
They have
you like his position?
They have the ultimate respect for him in his discipline, which is MMA, which is a combination of a lot of different disciplines. But when you come in that thing with 154 pounds, he'd probably be 170 the night of the fight. With those 10-ounce gloves on, I don't care what kind of gloves he wear. You come into that ring and you up there like Frankenstein, like, here comes the left, Floyd.
There you go.
Okay, here comes the right, Floyd. And by the time you're like, here comes, oh.
You realize you're just heaping more and more pressure on your man Floyd may or may not weather.
The man fought Zab Super Judah. He fought Canelo. He fought all.
Cotto, Shane Mosley.
All of them.
And you know what? None of them, not one of those guys you just mentioned is as tough as this guy. Not one of them. I will bet you, not one of them.
Skip.
This man is a bad you-know-what.
Did you see Randall Tex Cobb was tough, but did you see what Holmes did to him? There's a lot of tough guys, but can he fight? Can he fight? No, not at that discipline.
Can Floyd punch? Nope. Can Conor take a punch? Yeah.
Skip.
I'm going Draymond on you.
Can Floyd punch? No. Floyd throw punches.
Little mosquito punches. Oop, I got bitten. Ooh,
500 people die a year bitten by mosquitoes.
I got a little red mark.
500, Skip.
Bit me on my arm.
500,000.
Okay. You know, this is funny to me because Conor has no pressure because he knows the one thing that cannot happen in this fight, he cannot get knocked out because Floyd has not knocked any human out since 1999. That's a long time ago. Aren't we in the, we're in the 2000s now. Oh, wait, that's 18 years ago when he was 22 years old. Floyd knocked out the immortal Justin Juco. You remember that fight? You were there, right?
The objective of a boxing match is to win.
Oh, okay.
Whether it's a knockout, a TKO, a disqualification, as long as at the end of the 12 rounds, when they come to the center of the ring and your hands is raised, your hands, because he can't raise, well, they're going to have to, because all those belts he got. Skip, you see all the belts he got? Thought he was at a department store, all them belts. He got a brown one, a black one, a blue one, like 7 different sizes. WBC, WBA, IBF, WBO, anything else, Erdman, Tom Ford, Gucci, all kinds of belts.
Not one of them will matter on the night of August, 26th. Not one of them.
Conor McGregor will come to the ring with no belts. He will leave with the ring
but he
with
will
no
do
belt.
some belting.
No, he ain't doing nothing.
He will.
He ain't doing nothing.
You know, and I know that
it ain't happening. It ain't happening, Skip.
My only fear is that Floyd will turn the fight into a joke, that he will run from corner to corner. Conor will chase him around for 12 rounds, and then all of a sudden he'll get a unanimous decision from judges from Las Vegas. Boxing judges will say, yeah, he won. Oh, wait a minute. I thought the aggressor wins the round, which is why Pacquiao should have won the fight against Mayweather.
Skip, just because you get out doesn't mean you win the race. You got to cross the finish line. So you chasing Floyd and not landing any punches don't do anything. Floyd's going to be landing punches on his head, in his face.
Is this a marathon or a boxing match?
It's a boxing match. Floyd's objective, Floyd has figured this out, and some of his fights have been boring, but he's figured it out.
Every fight's been boring.
Stop it, Skip.
Well, you know it, and I know it. I can't watch it. He puts me to sleep. And again, it's a tribute to him.
He about to put what you call him to sleep, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you're predicting a knockout?
Don't worry about it, Skip. We got 9 weeks to go.
I think I just heard knockout.
We got 9 weeks.
I want to hear knockout. Just go ahead. Put it down on tape.
You're going to see it.
Huh?
You're going to see it.
Yeah, you're going to see a knockout.
You're going to see it.
So, I want do right now.
No. We got plenty of time. We got plenty of time on this, Skip.
Oh, okay.
You know what's going to happen.
I already predicted a knockout the other way.
And then Dana White. Oh, this is going to be so bad. The baddest man on the planet, the unbeatable Conor McGregor, although he's lost 3 times, although we've seen him tap out, called Nate Diaz uncle. He called Nate Diaz uncle to turn him loose.
What was happening? It was a wrestling move by a guy who's 15 pounds heavier.
And now,
are they going to get to wrestle?
No, ain't no wrestling. We don't rally. No. That's WC. That's WCF. WWF and WCW.
Yeah. Can you believe this? That Conor McGregor said, "I will come and beat you at your rules in your ring with your gloves and your judges." You don't think that's guts?
I don't care nothing about that. All that, Skip.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the baddest man on the planet is about to get taken to school by a 40-and-a-half-year-old guy that you say that can't punch, can't take a punch, he's boring, and he's about
I don't know if he can take a punch. I don't remember him.
Why?
Cotto got him once. Shane got him once. I don't know.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because he just runs and hides, runs and hides, runs and hides.
Whap.
Run.
Ooh, hey,
Duck
what
and
you
run.
like? Oh,
give me that shoulder roll. Give me that little shoulder roll.
Hey, see, you worried about this right, but don't let this left. You know, that left catch you with that uppercut. Ask Canelo about it.
Wait, with those pillows wrapped around?
Ask Canelo. But you know who loses in this fight, Skip?
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya.
He does.
He's
already lost.
Ain't nobody's even talking about Triple G and Canelo. Everybody's talking about this. If I'm them, I postpone my fight. I move it back a month or 2.
Could.
I would.
I don't give Canelo much of a shot anyway.
Man, Canelo gonna knock him out.
Canelo's gonna knock out Triple G?
Knock him out. No.
Can I have do on that?
Let me tell you. OUWT. Out.
Do? Will you do the do?
Skip, it's the September 15th, 16th.
Okay.
We got plenty of time.
Yeah. I gave you a case yesterday on Ricky Fowler. I just gave it to you.
Skip, I mean, you're talking about 2 days.
Huh?
It's going to be over. I mean, after the day, it's probably over. After the day, it's probably over.
Okay.
Slick.
Want a better case to do on that?
No. All I'm saying is that we know we're going to be there, Skip. And I don't want you going home talking about I got to watch the fight, you know, at my own home. No, you got to be right next to me. Because, you know how I'm going to be, Skip. I'm going to be, I'm bringing some pom-poms. I'm going to have a cheering section in there. Ooh.
Hey, I'm going to start pushing to do Undisputed immediately after the fight is over. Like just immediately, let's just go right on the air.
I'm not going to be able to do it.
Why?
Because me and Floyd are going to be celebrating.
Me
and Floyd are going to be celebrating. We're going to take down the club. We're going to take down Arya or some club.
You know what? I forgot. You're going to have to ride to the hospital with him.
No.
Right?
I'm going
to help him in the back of the ambulance.
I'm coming on Undisputed on Monday with one of those Man's bags. Joe, I know you're going to be, Joy going to be so jealous. She's going to be so jealous because she got the
TMT.
I don't care what he got on it. I'm going to have one of them sitting right up on this desk. Floyd, I know you're watching this. I want you to get this dude 1,000 headaches.
Easy money just got queasy. Queasy money. That's what's happening. You know it.
They're going to be putting ice bags all on the back of his neck, all on his head.
From what? From he getting hit by pillows? Have you ever been in a pillow fight? You can't get hurt.
Going to be looking like Martin when Tommy Hearns got a hold of him.
Please.
That section. Had lumps all in his head.
Lord have mercy.
49-1 doesn't sound that great.
It don't sound better. He got it copyrighted.
Think of this. 20 years from now, somebody will be looking at the record books and say, Floyd lost his last fight to some MMA guy? How did that happen?
Skip, who's the A side?
Of Conor McGregor.
Floyd.
He's the biggest fighter in the world.
He got his dog collection on the poster. You know, he got a club out there with women, you know, a gentleman's club. It's on the poster. Conor McGregor ain't got nothing but his face on the poster.
We'll find out in 71 days.
Oh, no mercy.
We're live at Aaron Hills. Let's get back into the Draymond-LeBron beef. Draymond Green wore the Quickie shirt to the Warriors parade yesterday with the Q logo from Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. Let's take a listen to Draymond's explanation of the shirt.
Well, the Q, you know, that's what those guys' arena's called. Got him out here quick with the trophy, quickie. I can't forget the Ultimate Warrior shirt last year from LeBron and, you know, the 3-1 tombstone cookies and all of that. So, you know, I was waiting on this moment, but definitely my guy. You know, that's family.
You going to be petty in this moment?
I'm petty.
LeBron then went to Instagram and posted a pic of Draymond in the quickie shirt with the caption, "That's what she said, huh?" Draymond responded with a picture of LeBron's new shaved head with the caption, "Them dubs finally made him go bald. Congrats, bro." Shannon, is Warriors-Cavs now the biggest rivalry in sports?
It's the best. It's not the longest. But, Skip, think about what's at stake here. You got the last 5 MVPs playing 12, 13, 14, 15. LeBron, Steph, KD. And there are longer rivals. You got Ohio State, Michigan. But this is the first time since 2006, Skip, both of those ranked in the top 10. You got to go all the way back to 2006. So yeah, they play longer. Duke and Carolina, they've been playing for a long time. This rivalry got on the map when Coach K got to Duke and Coach Smith was at Carolina. We know all the players and the storied history there. But, Skip, this is for the title. This is for the Larry O'Brien. You shine it up, be looking at it. Guys play their whole life for this, and you got to go through one of those teams to get that trophy. Now, Steelers and the Ravens, you know, they play, Skip. It was like you going to play New England. If you win one of those games, it's going to be for the division. So we know what that rivalry. But, Skip, for as far as star firepower, the last 3 finals, no teams have ever done that. Even the great Lakers and Celtics of the 80s, something or someone always got in their way from playing 3 consecutive times. So with that being said, with LeBron, Steph, KD, Clay, Draymond, woo! And being in that building for game 1 in Golden State, Oracle, and then being for game 3 at the Q, the fans sincerely dislike each other. They have the signs with LeBron crying and LeBron, you the B, and Steph, and go to the Q and you hear Steph and all the things they saying about KD. Yeah, Skip, this is heated. This is the best rivalry going today.
Heated?
It's the best rivalry going today.
I thought it was 2 years ago. Now it's the lamest bunch of trash talk I have ever heard.
On the court, Skip.
On the court. Let's do on the court. Wasn't that when you have a rivalry, arch rivalry?
Yeah.
Take 2 to tango, like Cowboys, Redskins, Duke, Carolina.
Neither one of them teams been good in a long time, so let's stop talking about it.
Ohio State. Wait a second. 2 years ago, Golden State won Game 4, Game 5, and Game 6 because LeBron ran out of gas. The finest conditioned athlete in the world ran out of gas.
I thought that was Russell Westbrook.
Game 4
I thought that was Russ.
In his house.
I thought that was Russ.
Really?
I thought that was Russ.
No, you told me that LeBron's way better than Russ, right? Russ
I ain't lying.
Triple-double during the regular season. LeBron did it in the finals, right?
Stat stuffing.
And ran out of gas.
No, he didn't. 41.
That's how old he is, 41?
No, stop, Skip.
Yeah, 41. So then 2 years ago, wait, Golden State was up 3-1 when Draymond 3-1.
Yeah.
And Draymond got suspended. Then Bogut got hurt in Game 6 and 7. And then this year, this arch rivalry. Wait, Golden State was up 3-0.
So?
And sort of mailed it in prematurely.
They ain't mailed it in, Skip.
In that Game 4 in Cleveland.
They hit 25 threes.
Yeah, and then LeBron ran out of gas in Game 5, and it was over in 5 games. So wait a second. So it's over in 6. I don't know how it even went 6 the first time, but then it's 5. Oh, wait, it was 7 here and 5. But there's 3 games in a row won by the Warriors. They're up 3-1. Then they're up 3-0. That's not a rivalry. It's one-sided. It's all Golden State.
So let me ask you a question. So in the 80s, all the Celtics and Lakers rivalry games with 7 games. Is that what you're telling me?
No, but they went back and forth, right? Bird won a couple. Magic won 3. Right?
Okay. Steph, Bron, KD. Same 2 teams, 3 times in a row. It's never been done in the 71-year history of the NBA, even with those great Celtics teams. 4 let's see, you had Bird, Parrish, McHale, DJ, and Bill Walton. Going up against Kareem, Magic, James Worthy, Jamal Wilkes, Bob McAdoo. They never played 3 consecutive times. They never had the MVP the last 5 MVPs playing in that series. This is what we have right here, Skip Bayless.
Okay, Shannon Sharpe.
Yes.
Do you really believe in your heart of hearts that the Warriors hate the Cavs and the Cavs hate the Warriors?
Yes.
I do not.
I do.
These are the friendliest rivals ever.
No.
These are brothers in combat. Brothers.
They take shots. I mean, you got the owner talking about we've revolutionized the game. The way people play the game, the way they think about the game is because of us. Stop it. They've been playing basketball longer than you've been alive. You talk about you ain't revolutionized jack.
So LeBron responded with shots fired. He responded at his Halloween party with cookies with 3-to-1 tombstones on them. Are you buying that? Is that how the Lakers and Celtics went? Can you imagine Larry Bird having a Halloween party and giving out cookies that said "We beat Magic," whatever it was,
Skip,
with Tragic Johnson on it?
Skip.
Come on.
This is the
cookies.
This is a different
cookies.
Era. Yeah, cookies.
Come on.
Put something in them too.
Huh?
Put something in them too.
I don't think he put anything.
Yeah,
with sugar in them.
No, he put no
It's
sugar in them.
Sugar and spice in this thing.
I tell you.
And everything nice.
And everything really nice.
Guess what's going to happen next year?
Yeah.
It's going to be round 4. And guess where that trophy is going next year, Skip?
Yeah.
To the Q. And guess what? LeBron going to have a cake.
I had so much hope for Draymond when he actually dared to his face to call LeBron a B.
But you can't. But Skip, how you going to call somebody a B and do you go it's like I got beat up. And then instead of me fighting the dude back, I call my homeboy. Hey, bro, I need you to come beat dude up because dude just beat me up.
It was a B move.
Yeah.
And then Draymond
and I ain't talking about Buster.
Completely sold out. You're right.
Yeah, I ain't talking about Buster.
Draymond completely sold out because he thought he needed to surround himself with advisors, sort of mature men around him, captains of industry. So he goes and gets LeBron's CEO, Maverick Carter, to come be on Team Draymond last offseason.
Let me ask you a question.
Game over.
Let me ask you a question.
You're disqualified. That's no rivalry.
I'm going to ask you a question, Skip. Ooh, what's a nice day. The wind's picked up a little bit.
He's trying to change the subject.
Let me ask you a question.
Got nothing left.
Let me ask you this.
It's okay.
David Falk's first client was who, Skip?
Michael Jordan.
How many guys, after Michael Jordan signed with David Falk, Skip?
I don't know. Did you research it?
You know, Skip.
I have
tell
no
him.
idea.
You know.
He only needed one.
Tell the truth.
I don't know. I don't care.
You know.
What's the point?
Patrick Ewing, Lonzo Moore, all these guys.
Yeah.
So what, they sucking up the mic? No.
Well, they're not like joining the fold. They're not on the same team. They're just represented by an agent.
Okay, that's all Draymond doing. Maverick Carter's not exclusive to LeBron James.
Well, wait, they were hanging out in the shop together uninterrupted.
Skip, if I go to the barbershop and somebody there, I'm not leaving. I got my time that I'm going to get.
Oh, yeah, they totally went to that barbershop.
Yeah, they showed up.
Oh, my God, all of these cameras.
What are you talking about?
Let's talk NBA.
Joy.
Great idea.
Joy, I need you to take right now. You're at a 10. I need you at a 2. I need you at a 2, Joy, right now, because right now you're at a 10.
Are you sure you want to do that, Shannon?
Skip, you know Miss Petty here. But guess what? When it was reported that in 2018,
you're changing the subject.
I just want to say this, and I'm going to get back to you. It was reported that LeBron James might go to the Lakers, Clippers, or the Heat. Guess who retweeted that, Skip?
Well, look, I have to share the information with the people.
What's your point?
It's the best rivalry going, and you know
not.
it. What's the best rivalry then?
Friendly
What's
fire.
the best rivalry?
The best in sports?
Yeah, what part? We talking sports.
It's all sports?
Yeah.
No mercy. The NBA draft is less than a week away, so let's talk about it. ESPN is reporting the Celtics are considering taking Josh Jackson from Kansas with the #1 pick. The assumption had been that they'd go with Markelle Fultz. The Lakers are reportedly split between Jackson and Lonzo Ball with the #2 pick, and ESPN reported Lonzo is considering meeting with other teams before the draft. So far, he's only met with the Lakers. So, Shannon, you said yesterday you think Josh Jackson is the best player in the draft. So should the Celtics take him #1?
And I've said that of the guys that I've watched play, and I didn't get an opportunity to see Markelle Fultz play, but of the guys that I've watched play, I thought he was the best player. For me, I think they should explore trading the pick. If you can package that and get a Jimmy Butler or maybe get a Paul George, then I would do that deal. Now, if there's nothing out there for me, I'm taking Josh Jackson. Skip, there's no guarantee. Now, we hear a lot of rumblings that they're in the running for Gordon Hayward or Blake Griffin. Mm-hmm. There's no guarantee that you're going to get one of those players. If you can't find a trade to your liking, I'm taking Josh Jackson. Skip, but here's the thing. in order to beat the Warriors or the Cavs, and let's just take the Cavs in this because this is the Eastern Conference, you must have someone that can challenge LeBron offensively and make him work defensively. Because if you can't beat him. Because he's going to roam and he's going to pick off your passes, and he's going to be fresh on the offensive end, and he's going to punish you. Although he had to work a lot more than he normally does guarding KD, he was still able to put up a triple-double. So imagine if you got a guy that doesn't have that kind of offensive firepower, and he doesn't have to worry about him. Or you could put a Shumpert or J.R. Smith or some of those guys if they're still there. So with that being said, I don't see it, Skip. I don't see them. Josh Jackson, although he's a talented rookie, I don't see a rookie putting the Celtics over the top to surpass the Cleveland Cavaliers.
So you're saying you don't like Josh Jackson enough for Boston to take him if, in fact, they could trade the pick.
Yes.
So you don't think much of this draft class then,
No,
right?
I don't. Skip, first of all, if this was a LeBron, when did you hear anybody else? LeBron James worked out for one team. Shaq worked out for one team. Elijah one team. There's nobody in this draft like that. That's why they're having to work out. I said this to LeVar when he was on the show. I said, I don't like the fact that you say you only want to work out for the Lakers.
Yep,
Skip,
you did.
If I get a financial degree and I said I'm only going to interview with Goldman Sachs, well, that ain't what they told me. They told me they're going to interview a lot of guys with finance degrees. So you're limited yourself. It's either Goldman Sachs or no one. He was basically trying to say it's either the Lakers or no one. And I didn't like that from the jump. And now all of a sudden, here we are, a week from the draft. Oh, I'll work out for you. I'll work out for you, because now the possibility of he might not go number 2 to the Lakers.
Might fall to Sixers, Suns.
Yeah.
Yep.
So with that being said, Skip, if I could package this deal, because think about it, Skip, they still have the next pick next year, number 1, which could be the number 1 overall pick. You got Avery Bradley for another year, $8 million. Package that, or package Josh Jackson. You got Jay Crowder, 3 years at about $7 to $8 million. You could package them and get something good in return, but you got to have assurances that Jimmy Butler and Paul George is going to sign long term. This can't be a one-year rental, and you give up what you give up to get those guys.
I'm going to say it again. Lonzo Ball is a transcendent player, a game changer, a once-a-generation passing talent, unlike we've seen since a Stockton or a Magic or Jason Kidd. He's in that category to me.
Wow.
That's what my eye told me when I watched him, 8 or 10 times through the basketball season. I'm with you on Markelle Fultz. I didn't watch him one time. His team was pretty terrible. It went 9-22 for the regular season, 2-16 in conference, and he was hurt when they came to UCLA later in the game at Washington. I should have watched it, but I didn't. But UCLA won that game 107-66.
Right.
Lonzo put up pretty good numbers. He was 22, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 steals in that game. Markelle had a pretty good game. He had 25 on 5 of 10 threes. I know he can play, but he can't do the one thing Lonzo does best, which is make everybody a whole lot better.
Correct.
So if I'm the Boston Celtics, I'm taking Lonzo Ball. I do like Josh Jackson. I told you that from the start during the NCAAs.
Yes.
But I don't like him more than Lonzo. And then I saw an interesting second-level stat on ESPN.com yesterday. Kevin Pelton had it, wins above replacement stat. I know this is really third level maybe, but leading all of college basketball was Lonzo Ball at 4.1. Down at number 6 was Josh Jackson, okay? And the harder I look at what Josh did, the one game that I watched, I saw a bunch of the Big 12 games, but the one game I was most interested in was the Elite 8 game against Oregon. Josh Jackson in that game goose-egged the first half. He had 0, and they fell behind 44-33. He wound up with 10 points. He did have 12 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers, but they lost badly, 74-60.
Yep.
And then I look at his sort of wildly inconsistent play even through Big 12 season, through the regular season. TCU, he had 4 points, and they barely won the game. At Iowa State, he had 6 points. They barely won the game. Indiana neutral court, he had 9 points, went 3 for 11. I don't know, just up and down. I'd see flashes of brilliance, greatness, potential NBA greatness. I don't know. I'm not sure.
And he did have that one incident off the court.
He had an ugly incident in which he vandalized the car of a female Kansas basketball player and had to do anger management.
But, Skip, the thing is, the reason why I don't like Fultz or I don't really like any of the point guards to Boston is because we've seen this.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas must have the ball in his hands to be effective. If you take the ball out of his hands, we've seen teams try to play him at 2, and he's not nearly the guy he is when he's ball dominant. So if you put Markelle Fultz or you put Lonzo Ball in that offense, are you trying to tell, because you don't maximize what they do and why you got them if you take the ball out of their hands and give it to Isaiah Thomas. But if Isaiah doesn't have the ball in his hands, you're not maximizing what he can give you. So this is why I would take Josh Jackson if I can't find a trading partner to get Jimmy Butler or Paul George and have some assurances that they're willing to sign with me long term. Other than that, I'm taking Josh Jackson because he's a guy that doesn't need the ball in his hand to be effective. Now, he's going to have to become – now, they took Jaylen Brown last year with the number 3 pick.
He's actually that same guy. He's Jay Crowder, except he's better than those two guys. I think, and Jaylen Brown's pretty good.
And the thing, you know what this reminds me of? If they take Josh Jackson, this reminds me of the Atlanta Hawks when they had Millsap, they had Al Horford, they had Josh Smith. They had 3-4 guys that were between 6'9" and 6'10", very athletic, but nobody's a superstar. You're not beating the Cavaliers in the Eastern Conference Finals or wherever without a superstar. They got none. They got some good players, but they have no superstar.
So back to Lonzo. I read a mind-blowing statement on ESPN.com also this morning. I read that Lonzo Ball is hoping to give the Lakers a close look at his training regimen and his work ethic in a second workout. What? How do you go to a workout and show people how you train or what your work ethic is? You either have a work ethic or you don't. You can ask your college coaches about it, Steve Alford and his staff, which they reportedly did, but you're going to show them in a workout? What are you going to show them? Seriously.
And you either train or you don't. I mean, what?
Can't you just look and say, oh, yeah, he trains, right?
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know what's going on. Because, Skip, this thing is all over the place. First of all, a guy that only wanted to work out for one team. Now there's a chance that he might not go where he thought he was going to go. Now he's willing to work out for a lot of teams. The team that we thought that he was tailor-made for, all of a sudden they're not as hot on him as they thought they would be or everyone else thought they would be. So what is this really what's going on, Skip? Are they sending smokes? Because it doesn't make sense with the number 2 pick unless you believe that Phoenix or Philly are going to jump up and take, trade with Boston to take Lonzo. Why would you, send out this negative stuff on him? And if I'm Lonzo, Skip, look here, I'm coming in there. You put me through the drills that you put me through. I'm not bringing no workout. I'm not telling you what I do, what I eat. Either you believe what I can do or you don't. It's as simple as that. Either you want me or you don't. But I tell you what, if you don't select me, I'm going to punish you.
Thank you.
I'm going to punish you.
That's
you're going to pay the price.
Yeah. Shannon, when did a workout become such a big deal to an NBA team?
Yes.
A workout?
Yes.
What? Why? Just watch the tape. Didn't you watch college basketball?
Can he dribble the ball? Can he make his teammates better? Now, of all the players, I believe he makes his teammates better than anybody else coming out in the draft. De'Aaron Fox, he had an all-time great game, Skip, but he's a 2-guard masquerading as a point.
I agree. And remember, Lonzo, he didn't really get the individual better of De'Aaron Fox at Kentucky. Remember the December game?
Yes.
But Lonzo led his team to a win at Rupp Arena.
Correct.
And then repeat in the Sweet 16. I'm going to give Lonzo some pass for this.
Yeah, he had a lot on his mind.
His mother had just suffered a stroke that had cost her speech.
Yes.
So father and 2 younger brothers have to stay back in the LA area. I don't know if they're in Chino or wherever they are, which hospital. But they can't even go to the game, which was in Memphis against Kentucky. Well, can't you give the kid a little pass for it? He did look a little out of it to me.
And he's a college kid, Skip. Yeah. They're not professionals. They're not of age and of the mindset to compartmentalize.
Yeah, and he's the first year. He's 18 going on 19.
Right. That's not a grown man. They're guys. I mean, you look at Isaiah Thomas and what he had to go through with his sister. He was able to still go out there. Yeah. And if you look at the first game, Skip, Isaiah Thomas didn't look like, because he missed like 5 or 6 free throws. He airballed some shots. So he still had to deal with some things until he got himself together. It's a difficult situation for you're asking an 18 or 19-year-old to be as mature as a 29 28, 29-year-old and compartmentalize and says, okay, I got to go out here and do my job, and then after the game is over, I can go worry about what I have going on. That you're asking an awful lot of an 18, 19-year-old.
I would agree. And I'm also with you about what's going on with the Lakers and Lonzo, because and this is a little too far, but it's starting to feel like some character assassination of Lonzo with all the just bombardment of negativity.
Yep.
And heaven forbid if they actually take the kid, because then everybody's going to say, well, you had so many questions about his work ethic, his ball, you know. And again, is his father an issue for some teams? Yes. Seriously, is his father going to be an issue for Magic Johnson? I say no.
Hold on, but my thing is, if his father's an issue, yes, absolutely. But he ain't gonna be making no layups.
No.
He ain't gonna be passing the ball. He's not gonna be shooting. So what problem can he really actually pose? This is professional sports. There've always been meddlesome parents in professional sports, but they're not hitting a baseball. They're not shooting a basketball or catching or throwing a football.
No, but that's not LeVar's skill.
Yeah. His talk game now, you know.
Exactly. So, the Lakers are in the spotlight, I feel, even more than the Celtics because of Magic. They're under pressure to make a splash and have some box office, and Lonzo's box office is just so all over the board.
And the Celtics were in the playoffs the last 2 years. When was the last time the Lakers were in the playoffs?
No, there's definitely pressure on them, for sure. The NBA draft is next Thursday, June 22nd. No mercy. Steelers haven't beaten the Patriots since 2011, and that thought isn't lost on linebacker Ryan Shazier. He was asked yesterday if the Steelers have a, quote, Patriots problem. He said, if you look at it that way, the NFL has a Patriots problem. They've been a great team, they have a great leader, and they just find a way to win. They have a good strategy in what they want to do, but I feel we are going to be prepared for them this year. I feel we're going to get them where we need to get them, and any day I feel we can win the Super Bowl. We might have had a problem in the past, but I think we're going to be ready this time. Shannon, was it smart or dumb for Shazier to say this?
He was honest. I don't have a problem with what he said, Skip. We ask athletes to be honest. And when they're honest, we ask, well, is that smart or dumb, or should he have said it? Well, you can't have it both ways. I said this, you remember when Jarvis Landry said that they're no longer, the Patriots are not their daddy anymore. And I told him, the Patriots are not only your daddy, they're the NFL's daddy. They are the equivalent of the Warriors.
You mean you said it on here, or you told him to his face?
I said it on our show.
Yeah.
Skip, the Patriots are the Warriors. Everybody's gearing up. How do we beat this team? You don't think they said in the NBA, okay, how do we put together a collection of talent to beat the Warriors? And the Patriots, Skip, they just won the Super Bowl. They got two other running backs that's comparable to James White. They signed a speed receiver to be a deep threat. They get a pass-rushing defensive end, Coney Ealy. All he did, Skip, was tie a Super Bowl record with 3 sacks. Also had an interception and a forced fumble. They got him. They signed Zeus Dante Hightower back. Stephon Gilmore. They got him back. They didn't take a step back. The NFL has a problem. 31 other teams has a problem. How do we beat this team?
Yep.
If you're in the AFC, if you want to play for the Super Bowl, that's the team you got to beat. And if you're on the NFC side, there's a very great chance that you're going to face them. How do we beat them? Ryan Shazier didn't lie. Ryan Shazier spoke the truth, and I have no problem with that. He said, look, they are the gold standard. They're the team to beat. But I think what we've got going on now, I think we're more than capable of taking them down. I have no problem with what he said, Skip, because he was honest. And we ask our athletes to be honest. Just like, you know, your boy, I'm going to tell you like it is, Skip. I be busting you up on the rag. I can no longer hide. Jamie Horowitz told me, say, Shannon, be nice to Skip. I can no longer do it. I can't hide this feeling.
I thought you were just saying you weren't going to lie. You were going to be honest.
I told Jamie, and I could no longer. I'm sorry, Jamie.
Followed it up with the biggest lie you've ever.
I can't hold it any longer, Jamie Horowitz.
Yeah. So the New England Patriots just went out and had the greatest off season of any Super Bowl champion ever.
After having one of the great seasons.
Right. So they won the regular season and the postseason, and then they won everything.
Yes.
They won it all.
Yes.
They are a prohibitive favorite, just as Floyd is, going into next NFL season, right?
Largest in the Super Bowl era, they're the largest favorite ever.
Yet Ryan Shazier is saying we have the team to beat New England.
Yes.
Not smart to say that publicly, because this guy who plays quarterback for New England is prone to react very negatively to those kind of statements from Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you remember what Anthony Smith said before that playoff game in 07 when they were on their, almost undefeated run?
Yes.
Right? He said, I guarantee we will win that playoff game up at Foxborough. And what did Tom Brady do? He threw an early touchdown pass, and he ran all the way to the end zone to tell that poor Anthony Smith all about what Tom just did to him. Remember that?
Yes.
So
I love it.
You love it?
I love Tom Brady doing that.
Well, get ready for more of it, because no team out there has more bitterness for the Patriots, has more jealousy of the Patriots than your Pittsburgh Steelers. Even the division rivals, the Jets or the Dolphins or the Bills, they don't have this much jealousy, envy, bitterness aimed at New England as this team does.
With the bitterness, the Ravens are really high up on that list,
okay,
too.
but what has happened all 3 times they have met in AFC title games? Tom Brady has happened. That's what happened all 3 times.
And twice, 2 of them was in Pittsburgh.
Right. So what happened up there, Tom Brady actually got hurt in the 2001. Yep, and Bledsoe had to come in and make it happen, but he made it happen.
04.
Yep. Oh, it was a wipeout. It was, what was it, 41-27?
Yep.
And then last year it was it ended up 36-17, but it wasn't even that close because it was 36-9 late in the game. They scored a cheap touchdown late. Okay?
Whoa, I mean, why are you upset, Skip?
Well, I'm not upset. No,
covered?
I'm just saying, and remember, thanks to the little man Antonio Brown in his Facebook Live, we got to hear Mike Tomlin say, and I quote, "We spotted those blankety blanks a day and a half," saying they played their game earlier, right? And we got to hear him call the Patriots those A's, right? Okay, so that resonated in New England. That did not help their cause when they went to Foxborough because Tom Brady takes this very personally. He looks like a gentleman. You know, he just looks like he's the nicest guy ever. He is a ferocious competitor.
Skip, the Steelers could have had a bye week. They could have had 2 weeks off. They were not beating the Patriots. The Patriots are just a better team. Now, anything can happen in one game, but if they had to play a series of 7 games, first to 4 wins, they're not beating the Patriots 4 times. But what is Ryan's? I don't have anything. I don't have a problem with what he said. I mean, look, it's the off season. Everybody's feeling good about their training. Everybody loves what they've gotten in the off season, free agency, and what they got in the draft. Everybody's feeling good about themselves.
Are they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what they got.
Cleveland feeling good.
Oh, you mean
the Browns? The Browns probably think they're going to win the division.
How did Pittsburgh upgrade? They got Martavis Bryant back from his suspension.
Yeah, that's
an
upgrade.
Help a little bit.
Yes.
I like Juju Smith-Schuster that they drafted. I'd give him a little more pop.
They got J.J. Watt, brother. If he's half as good as J.J., they got something special.
TJ, yeah.
So I don't have a problem with what he said. The Patriots are the team that everybody. If they're on your schedule, you circle that team. Not only because they're the Patriots, but they're the defending Super Bowl champ. That's your Super Bowl when they come to town or when you go to their building. They get everybody's best shot. And they still, more times than not, 80% of the time, come out on top. They're well-disciplined, they're well-coached, they go through so many different situations, you never know what's going to arise in the course of a game, and Coach Belichick seems to have prepared them for everything. I have no problem. As Shazier said, they are the standard. But we feel, the way we've assembled this team, we're capable of beating them. Okay. I got no problem with what he said.
So I look hard at what
he might be lying.
Yeah, he might be. He might be deluding himself. But I look at what this team accomplished Pittsburgh last year. Going into the year, I'm hearing this could be an all-time great offense, correct?
Yes.
Bombs away.
Yes.
That offense last year finished 10th in points scored, tied with the Bills, behind Arizona, Indy, and San Diego. They all scored more points than Pittsburgh did.
But think about it now. They started the season 2 games without Le'Veon Bell. He missed the last game of the regular season, so he missed 3 games.
Ben was hurt.
Ben missed the game. And then they played 16 games without Martavis Bryant. Now, you know Martavis Bryant, if he's got his head on correctly, and I asterisk if, he can flat out play. He's a stud player. Skip, this is the Warriors. The Warriors were 73-9.
Okay, but let's stay on the Steelers that he says are assembled correctly to beat the Warriors, right?
Yes.
And I still look at what they did last year, their defense that you loved going into last year, because this was your Super Bowl pick, if I remember, although you changed it.
It was my Super Bowl pick, but I said,
like the
Chiefs. I said with a caveat.
Oh.
I was hedging like you.
Yeah. I don't hedge. I pick you knew who I picked.
I stuck
with it.
But their defense concerns me. If they could just get middle of the pack, they could.
So they were 10th in points scored. I mean, points allowed. So 10th in points scored, 10th in points allowed. They went 11-5. They got to go 5-1 in their division. They lost only to Baltimore. And my Cowboys went in there and beat them 35-30. That's when I knew I got something here, right?
Yeah.
So
I knew you had the division winner, but not a Super Bowl winner. That's what I knew.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought I did, except for those 2 hand of God field goals.
Don't do that,
That's
Skip.
Another thing. But the point is, did Antonio Brown really back up his stature? No, I don't think he did. Even in the AFC title game, I don't think he backed it up.
No.
I don't think he was that guy. So is he going to be that guy this year? Got his money.
With Martavis Brown on the other side, because you're not going to play him one-on-one, because Martavis Bryant can be a number 1 receiver for a lot of teams. He's number 2 in Pittsburgh. And look, Le'Veon Bell is playing for a contract. He signed that franchise tag. He wants a big payday, Skip. He knows he needs to have a comparable season to what he had last year. Averaged 100 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving.
So, seriously, if they meet in the playoffs next year, are you giving Pittsburgh a great shot?
No, I got the Broncos.
Oh, you got the we're back on the Broncos train.
Yep.
Really?
That defense going to be loaded.
Huh. Tony Romo going to come back and play quarterback for the Broncos?
No Romo.
You don't want no Romo?
We don't want Tony Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, my shoulder hurt.
Uh-oh, is Trevor Siemian?
Who's playing quarterback?
Paxton Lynch?
Who's playing quarterback?
The quarterback they got in Denver better than the one they got in Miami.
Yeah. I don't even know if I'd go that far.
The dude coming off of ACL. You make it seem like he was a stud to begin with.
Who?
Matt Moore.
Hey.
Tannehill.
The Dolphins were in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
It's about time.
You don't get to play both sides of that. You better pick a position.
I mean, when's the last time y'all were in the playoffs?
Now,
you were like 22?
Hey, if you're telling me Chad Kelly's your quarterback, you might have something.
I ain't telling you no Chad Kelly, no quarterback. Stop.
I'm just telling you, that's your only shot.
No, Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
Chad Kelly. Stop,
the
Skip.
reason that the Steelers are so bitter is because the Patriots keep getting the best of them. And the Steelers are a gold standard franchise, so they expect to win every single year. They're one of those teams, and that's what happens. Well, look at their chances to play the Patriots in Pittsburgh Week 15 this year.
You know who is in the gold standard? They got a star on the side of their helmet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see.
Right.
Wait, the team Vegas says is going to win the NFC, get to the Super Bowl? That team? Is that who you're talking about?
Oh, you like Vegas again. You like Vegas again now.
Right about the Cowboys.
You said that Dallas is going to miss the playoffs next year?
What part about that? So, hold on. You liking Vegas again?
No mercy. This is the Skip and Shannon Undisputed podcast, where we're delivering you an unscripted, unfiltered, undisputed version of the biggest topics of the day's show. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Like us on Facebook at Undisputed on FS1, follow on Twitter at Undisputed, and catch us at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, Monday through Friday on FS1. You can find us on Channel 219 on DirecTV, 150 on Dish. That's all for this week. I'm Joy Taylor. Make sure to tune back in on Monday. Fox Sports, one of one.